Don't settle for fakes. My duel-taining is the real deal.
Hey everyone, it's mekklord and welcome to the new educated guesses from the duellinksmeta website regarding the new structure deck and a couple of other stuff. So, let's just take a look at these educated guesses. Starting with the Odd Eyes Challenger EX deck, one of which we're getting for free, if I recall correctly. Quickly go through it. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, its cards already in the game. This is my least favorite art of it. Because it got like 3 hours, the main one, which is already in the game, this one, and one where it's like doing its attack, and this one's like the worst. That's the dual power heart or something. I'm not a fan of it. It's really not a fan of it. But it's pretty Odd Eyes, so you can't say no to that. Hope Dragon Magician. I remember this card being good. I don't remember why. It's been a while since I've read Pendulum card. Okay, so it's okay. I'm reading it for the first time in a while right now. It's decent. It's a magician pendulum. It's a low scale. It can be searched with like Pendulum Call, I think the name of the card is. Do we actually have? Oh no, I gotta look up something on Duel Links on my phone. I want to see how many like other targets for pen calls we have, and it would be viable to build a pure Pendulum Magician deck, or if you're still gonna need to play some Performer Pals. I'm just doing the update. It's gonna take a while. I should have done this before we got into this video. This was bad planning on my part. Okay, so in the game right now, valid targets for Pendulum cards are Acrobatic Magician, which is pretty bad. Dharma Eye Magician, which is decent. Dragon Pit Magician. Dragon Pulse Magician, both of which are normal monsters. Noble Dragon Magician. Stargazer Magician. Time Breaker. Time Gazer. And Xiansheng Magician. So, not sure if it's gonna be enough to cut it, but these are some interesting cards. Dragon's probably just good and penned Odd Eyes in general, so. Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. This one I've also not read in a while. It's basically a weirder version of like Odd Eyes Requiem Dragon, whatever it's called. Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon? I don't know. Oh, it has a pretty fun nuke effect, but then again you still have to like make it with God, I'm gonna check Duel Links again to compare this directly with the other the Odd Eyes Dark Rebellion Xyz. God, I have such a bad memory today. Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is straight up better than Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. I think this is sort of playable in Odd Eyes decks as is. If this card is Xyz, summon an Xyz monster, doesn't need to keep the Xyz monster's material. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I expect this card is going to see some play. Destroying effect might not be as good against Yengeas either. Performed by Lizardra. This one I know it's a really good card. It was one of the main pieces of Pepe. It was like not as important as the Performagers or Skullcrobat Joker, but it's still a really good card. It's basically a draw on. It's basically just a draw on spell. It's basically all that it is. Searchable with Joker. No, I think this card is really cool. I think this card has the potential to actually see play. Maybe not in the current version of Odd Eyes, because your scales are always going to be the two magicians, but in a future version of Odd Eyes that might or might not come with the skill that I might or might not be reading today. For my pal Drumarilla. This one's bad. This one's just bad. Performance Hurricane. It's not the worst card I've ever read. I don't think this one saw any competitive play. Could be wrong on that. It's not the worst cards ever printed. It could be decent. So it seems a bit gimmicky, especially because it can't be searched though. I'm gonna say this one is it's a bit too gimmicky. Note that this is not the full content of the structure deck. We can expect some reprints relevant to Odd Eyes, If this struck the deck as Spiral Flame Strike, I think is the name of the search bell, it's definitely going to be worth your buck, I think. Especially considering like the rest of the Pen Engines is relatively free to play afterwards. Like Joker's a free to play card, and if you want to play performables, I can't think of many performable cards that are too expensive to get. I could be wrong though. Other leaked cards, Terratop is just a one card, rank 3. But in the current metagame, it's also just a one card, Phoenix into Mermaid into Focus combo. So I really hope this one gets like hard limited one or something, or we don't get Taketombo, because I think all the other speed raids lock you into win very specifically, which is fine. Triad Dice. Oh, this is just the Magnetic Turtle kind of card. Okay. Fuki Madoshi Piper. This is one of the new support. This card is pretty decent. Not the greatest normal, but if you can special it, it's kind of nice. It's a tuner. It's kind of neat. Clearwing. This is the outward of Clearwing we're getting. You sure? Anyway, so it's a cool card. The original Clearwing is like pretty nice. Crystal Wing is infamous for being one of the steps on the ladder of like synchro bosses with negates. It came right after, well, not right after Quasar, but it came after Quasar. It preceded Warlord Savage and Baron de Fleur. This one has a reputation for a reason. But I do think it's not going to be the worst thing ever if it's playable. Because, like, it's only one monster negate, which is not as threatening as an Omni negate, and it's definitely going to require some, like, solutions that you're already running for Ningetsu. Stuff like Book of Moon to disrupt Orcus players, Forbidden Chalice for Ningetsu or Mermaid specifically. I think this one's fine. Taketomborg. Yeah, this one doesn't lock you into win until you activate its tribute effects. I really hope that's we're not getting Terratop and Taketomborg all at once, but I mean, Terratop at 1 is probably fine. If it's hard limited, it's probably fine. Not even limited 1, just hard limited. If only I get 1 copy, it's cool. High Speed Raid Chambara, that's a level 5. I remember this one being played in Dinosaurs, on TCG of all things, because it basically put 2 dinos in grave for you to use CT afterwards, and you can banish Mist for the level 1 Jurakuna, and easily make this. And it's cool, but that's all that it does. Just a mediocre synchro monster that you use as part of like a combo in Dinos. It's very funny. What? I've never read this one before. Okay. During battle phase, if you take battle effect damage, you can special this from your hand. So it's kind of like Vela, but doesn't really heal you or anything. So special summon. What the heck? Oh, I can sing, but I don't think this one's too good. I don't think this one is too good, except specifically in like stall decks, because this is basically a weaker Battling Boxer Veil. But is a weaker Battling Boxer Veil really that much of a concern? I don't think so. Speed Raid Block and Roll. Actually, wait. As well, special summoned by its effect. Okay, so you can't just cheat out this card from the graveyard with another effect and then immediately synchro. That's a shame. That is a shame. Because it would have been so much better otherwise. Block and Roll, what is this? Summons a token. Okay, cool. Read Dice Call, haha. See, that's the one thing I was thinking about. You could have recycled into Gunprise and then made a synchro, but the dice roll is definitely an issue for this deck, and nah, it doesn't even work anyway. This card's bad. This card's pretty mediocre. Roulette Spider. Because an attack from 6 times die, results. Oh yeah, that's a Joey card. That's very funny. That's very funny. Also very bad. Full speed ahead, Clearwing. Looking at the scales now. This one is the default scale that you're gonna get if you don't pull Clearwing Synchro Dragon. That's fine. Clearing acceleration, this one is the event scale that you can already try out if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In this event. Cannot normal special monster except synchro monster, wind, dragon / machine type monster. That's really cool. That is really cool. It doesn't lock you out of all the synchro options, which I think is really important. But it does prevent you from like playing August. It does prevent you from playing against a block as well. So it's one of those here. Ban Mermaid, everyone. Ban Mermaid and ban Ebly. Thank you. If you control Clearwing Synchro Dragon, play 1 Speed red-eyed dice from your deck or graveyard to your field. So you basically can immediately go into Crystal Wing. Good design, really good design. Send 1 Speed Raid Tuna or Synchro Monster in your deck or on your field to your graveyard. If you send a Synchro Monster to your graveyard, play 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon in your graveyard. Okay, so this can basically be a starter for double yo-yo, which means that you can send Speed Raid red-eyed dice to the grave with this skill and immediately revive it with double yo-yo to go into Crystal Wing, and then immediately go into go into Clear Wing, and then immediately from Clear Wing to Synchro Wing. This is the badly designed skill. It's just basically what it does is really simple, but what it does is also just make Crystal Wing every duel if you can. That's not a fun kind of gameplay, I don't think. I could be wrong though. Maybe we're not getting Crystal Wing. Maybe we're just getting Kite Drake. How about that? Maybe we are just getting Kite Drake. Probably not though. Can be used during a turn. You have not special summoning monsters. Wait, what? Send 1 Speed Raid monster. Okay, this one is not worth reading. This is the only good skill. Maybe it's an event locked skill. I don't know. Speed Raid Dice Battle. You can use the following effects twice per duel. Special summon except synchro monsters. What? You can't even you can't even special summon anything else. Okay, this is bad. Well, 1 speedrun monster from your hand and returns the deck. Select 1 speedrun monster. Okay, bad. Speedrun monster of the graveyard up to bad. High speed raid reboot. During a turn, you've not special summoning monster. Send 1 Speedrun monster control to grave, and 1 play Speedrun Synchro monster of same original level. I don't know if you can hear that, but Yumi's complaining. Yeah, it's not really good, Yumi. Come here. Yumi. 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 There you go. Oh, Yumi cameo, everyone. Tuning power. All monsters you control gain attack equal... And she's gone. All monsters you control gain attack equal to the number of synchro monsters you control times 200. Okay, so it's basically worse than ties. Oh, twice per duel. That's so funny that the attack boosting scale is twice per duel when ties can be used any number of times. Add pendulum to your field. Already up to a good start. Every pendulum skill should add pen zones in my opinion. Skill can be used once per duel by revealing 1 Authorized Raging Dragon and Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon from your extra deck. Okay. If you have 2 Performapal Magician or Authorized cards in your pen zone, so it doesn't set pen zones for you, but if you're playing like Pen Call and some Magicians or some amount of like Performapals, I think it's still decent. Add 1 of 3 Performapal monsters with different names from outside of your deck to your hand. Wait, what? Are the Performapal monsters random? Add 1 Authorized Pen Dragon and 1 Magician Pendulum monster from your hands or deck to the extra deck. In this level, you can try to exceed monsters you control as level 7 monsters when summoning Authorized Raging Dragon. The problem with this skill is the problem of like most pen skills, which is that Pendulum is an inherently like taxing mechanic in the sense where, especially in Master Role 4, you're not getting back the resources you invest into setting scales and popping your scales and stuff. So it's not really that interesting considering it doesn't set any scales for you and you need to open you'd need to open what? You need to open 2 scales, one for... It doesn't matter, you need to open 2 scales that work together, because some scales like Joker prevents you from summoning anything other than Performer Battles or Odd Eyes Pendulum Monster, Odd Eyes Monsters by Pen Summon, I think. And then you need to also, well, you add 1 Odd Eyes Pendulum Monster to your extra deck, but you also need 2 all the monsters, level 7 other monsters preferably, in order to like be able to make Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, and all you're doing is making that Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. So I'm not entirely convinced that for like 2 extra deck spots and no scale setup, this will be a played skill. I don't think it's that interesting, unfortunately. Yugioh Sprites. It's really this point of view is really funny. Let's win. Road to World campaigns. We're getting this for free. Skill tickets, some gems, and Prismatic. Wow, Prismatic Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. It's a decent looking card, but I'm probably better off playing it in like regular Odd Eyes, I think. Animated maps. Okay. One of these is not like the other. Actually, they all make sense. Other mats, okay, still with the huge Duel Links logo that ruins everything. Oh, this is a cool mat. Oh, wait, is this a... Could this be like confirmation that we're maybe getting this, what's it called? Sky Iris in the structure deck? Because Sky Iris does change a lot of stuff for this deck. Interesting. And then some icons, and was anything else added since I started the recording of this video? I just refreshed and there's nothing new, I don't think. Okay, well, this could be interesting. This is going to be interesting. I hope this encourages people to, like, experiment with Pendulum. It's definitely one of the least playable mechanics in all of Duel Links. Like, historically, there have been 3 good Pendulum decks in Duel Links, 2 of which needed a skill as a crutch in order to be able to set up to begin with, and a third of which is like Abyss Actors, which was like never the best deck of the format, but like a deck that is inherently pretty good, because you have like so many ways to search cards and get advantage that it's just a good deck. It's just a good deck. But yeah, we'll see what happens, and there's nothing else to say on the matter. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments of this video. Make sure to subscribe so you can see more of my videos. And I'll see you guys and gals in Non-Binary Battles next time.